Bonjour, bonsoir. Qui est là? Je crois que Vicky arrive. Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Euh, Ça va.
Ça va bien depuis 2 semaines avec le nouveau travail. Comment ça va?
Ouh, je, je ne suis pas très content avec mon travail,
Oh non,
mais
désolée.
et c'est la vie.
Oui, une belle expression, un beau proverbe. Oui. Est-ce que tu peux expliquer simplement les choses qui ne sont pas bonnes? Est-ce que c'est l'école? Est-ce que c'est les étudiants?
Et c'est les étudiants sont plus difficiles,
D'accord.
sont différents. Et avec mon classe, euh, en one-on-one, euh,
En particulier?
en particulier,
Mhm.
est plus facile.
Mhm.
Les,
D'accord.
les étudiants veulent
Oui.
être
Mhm.
dans la classe avec moi,
D'accord.
et in, in l'autre travail,
Mhm.
les étudiants ne veulent
Mhm.
pas être, comment on dit so much? Like they don't
Autant.
want
Autant.
autant.
Autant. Oui, je vais l'écrire. Autant. Autant. Ils ne veulent pas écrire. Je vois Wendy qui arrive. Ils ne veulent pas écrire autant. En classe. Donc, en cours particulier, ça va, mais en classe, ils ne veulent pas écrire autant. Autant, ici, c'est as much. As
Autant.
much.
Ouais.
Oui. Oh, je suis navrée. C'est toujours beaucoup
Navré.
d'espoir. Désolée.
Ah,
Désolée. Oui.
merci. Et et comment directeur,
Mon
mon,
directeur,
euh,
oui, ou le principal de l'école.
hmm, mais hmm, il, hmm, I don't know how to say, it's not,
N'est pas.
n'est pas en, um, it's a private, like it's a language academy.
D'accord. C'est une école de langue privée.
C'est, c'est une école de langue.
Mhm.
Et, et je veux dire, the, like my boss,
Mon
more than
chef.
the
Mon chef.
chef. Vale.
Ouais. Ouais.
OK.
Ce n'est pas dans la
D'accord.
cuisine, mais tu peux dire mon chef. Ou mon directeur, je pense dans les centres de langue ou les
Ah,
écoles de langue, tu peux
ah,
dire mon
d'accord.
directeur ou ma directrice.
Ouais. Il y a deux
Mhm.
directrices
D'accord.
et je préfère autre directrice.
Je préfère the other one. That's a great phrase.
No, that I prefer just other bosses that I've had in my
Oh,
life.
any others.
There is one that I like more than the other, like that we get along better. But
Ah, je préfère l'autre. I'll write it because it could be in a shop. Do you want this? Do you want that? Oh, je préfère l'autre. I prefer the other one.
Yeah.
But for you, je préfère les autres, the other ones. Anyone I had before this one could also work.
Yeah.
So I prefer the other one. Oh,
It's like, yeah. So, c'est
Merci.
différent avoir une directrice
Oui,
et travailler seule.
oui,
Que je suis la directrice de mon
oui,
travail.
oui.
Et je suis plus facile travailler avec moi.
Tu es toujours d'accord.
Oui.
Tu es toujours d'accord. Ouais.
Bon moment,
Ouais,
mauvais moment, tout moment.
ouais, je comprends. Oh. Bon,
So,
merci Vicky. Wendy, comment ça va depuis la semaine dernière?
La semaine dernière est bonne et ma is malade like kind of bad in a way. Events, world events just are kind
Ah
of sad
oui,
right now. I have
oui.
someone
Les événements mondiaux, tu peux dire.
yeah Miami in Lebanon
Mhm.
he trava travaillait he en travaillant no what is it he works as a instructor for my acrobatic class, but I don't know how to say that.
Ah, qui
So
travaille?
he travaille
Mm.
acrobatique
D'accord.
trainer. I don't
Entraîneur,
know.
oui, a trainer.
Council. He always, sempre, always there. And I knew something was wrong when class was canceled for tomorrow. Sorry, I was like, sorry. But other than that,
C'est très lourd. It's feeling very heavy. C'est très lourd.
Yeah, how do you say that?
Oui, le monde est tellement international maintenant que tout le monde connaît quelqu'un ou a habité ou a visité ces pays et c'est atroce. Atroce. Ouais. Triste, atroce. What did I write? Mm.
How do you say that? Atroce? Is it
Atroce.
Atrocity.
You'll know when I type it.
Oh, sorry. Sad, yeah.
Horrible, ouais. Ouais.
Atrocious.
Ouais, je comprends. Je comprends. Nous sommes à la 4e semaine de donc la dernière semaine du mois. It's consolidation week. So you should have no new material and it falls like this because any other
Merci.
program I've done as a student, language, business course, I always start with great intention and then life gets in the way. And then that first month, I go, oh, well, I'm behind now. And I just throw in the towel. So I've always said that I would always create the room and the space in my programs for catch up, for world events, getting you down and going, French is the last thing I want to do this week. And take that pause and not feel like the French is piling up and having a new job, moving house, and this French is piling up. And then you have this guilt that puts you in a totally wrong mind frame to work and to learn, really. It's like putting your brain in the freezer, like nothing can go on, and all it does is is shrink. It feels like shrinking, and it doesn't once you take it back out, but it definitely nothing new can be absorbed in that state. So week 4 is a good one for this, for things getting in the way. Week 3 had mainly pronunciation and working on some skills about learning, and going to polyglot and a teacher in my class tonight. So I've got 2 people who'll have their own opinions about learning, and this is things that have worked for me. That's why I thought I would share them about making routine, creating habits for yourself. But there's things that work for you personally. So just pick and choose as you go through. So I didn't get any questions about the material we've covered so far, but all I've got is the instinct to do some speaking today, getting you, like throwing you in the deep end and getting you to do some spontaneous kind of activities to try and get some language together. And anyone who watches the replay, hopefully it'll be in a format that you can all get some benefit out of it, even if you're not the ones having to do it spontaneously tonight. So présent is the tense that we've been focusing on, and we're soon going to be doing passé composé. So in 2 weeks, we'll be bringing in a new tense, and it's a big one. So keep working on your présent, come in the group and put a few sentences with reflexives or some with ne pas or some with irregular verbs. Just try and produce some French, even if it's just 5 little sentences 2 or 3 times a week. Post them in the group. We want to hear. So it could be, Vicky, I don't like this. I don't like that. I want to change this. I want to change that. Just very simple things that you can do with présent to, you could use it as journaling for just rant in French. See what you can do. And Wendy, it could be talking about someone, describing someone who you're thinking of, who's in your thoughts at the moment, and describing them. What you could think of a photo that you've seen them. This is what he's wearing. He's been working at this place since. I know him well. These are his personality. Describe his personality a little bit and describing physically. That will keep you in the présent zone and will just bring in life with what we're trying to do here, because it's not separate. We're always trying to combine them together. Alors, j'ai une première activité pour vous qui va être, en fait, ça c'est la deuxième activité. La première activité, c'est ici, une petite révision du temps. Petite révision du temps et ensuite on va parler. Donc, Vicky, est-ce que tu peux lire 1, 2, 3, 4?
Il fait beau.
Mm-hmm.
1, il fait beau.
Mm-hmm.
2, c'est la canicule.
Mm-hmm. Est-ce que tu comprends canicule?
Et je pense que le soleil est beaucoup.
Oui, extrême. Oui. Le soleil est très intense. La chaleur est extrême. C'est la définition d'une canicule. Très bien. Ouais.
Et en anglais, canicule,
Heat wave.
heat wave.
Heat wave. Ouais.
D'accord.
La canicule.
3, il neige.
Merci.
Et 4, il fait tout.
Bien. Ouais. Le X est silencieux, le OU était parfait. Ou, doux. Ouais. Bravo. Est-ce que tu
Merci
comprends?
le cours de prononciation.
Très bien. Très bien. Alors, oui, pour la prononciation, on a, I think we did vowel combination. So, EAU making O, OU making OU. In all of them, AI. Oh, I like these handwritten notes. AI making that open E sound, which is the same we see in se, EST, E. This one is beautiful single vowel. So if you know your A, your I, your U, which you did beautifully, canicule, and EI makes an E. It's one of the combinations we don't see as often, but it gives us that beautiful open E. So really well done. Start thinking about how you're going to answer these when we ask you, qu'est-ce que vous faites quand? Qu'est-ce que vous faites quand il fait beau? Qu'est-ce que vous faites quand c'est la canicule? Etc. D'accord?
Et, pardon, numéro 4, d'où?
D'où?
Et
Wendy, tu comprends? D'où? Comment expliquer?
Is it plant or like dig?
Non, je vois l'image, je vois ton inspiration pour l'image. These are all weather comments. So it's beautiful, it's a heat wave, it's snowing. Il fait doux, c'est un commentaire
Pleasant?
sur le temps.
Is it pleasant or?
Pleasant. Oui,
Okay.
oui. En anglais, pleasant or mild work really well for doux. Oui.
Mhm.
And if you ever see doux on a wine bottle, un vin doux, it's a sweet wine.
Ah.
So the sweet spot, nice and mild weather, the sweet spot, le vin doux can help you remember it.
Just right.
Just right. Et Wendy, 5 à 9.
Il y a un tornado.
Bien.
So it's a tornado.
Mhm.
Il pleut. It's
Ouais.
raining.
C'est ça. Beautiful E here with that EU pronounced beautifully. Bien.
Il fait froid.
Bien. With a silent D and a silent T at fait and froid. Il fait
It's
froid.
cold. So you would maybe faire du café. No, I don't know.
Ah.
Hot chocolate. Chocolate, right? No. Il y a du vent. It's windy.
Mhm. Wait.
Uh,
Il y a is closer to there is. There is a
is. I always
tornado,
forget.
hurricane. There is some rain. If you want to split il fait and il y a a bit more closely, but it's windy and there is wind sound like the same thing to me. Just the way it's been said. Ouais.
Il y a un arc-en-ciel.
Yeah. Ouais. 3 words. Arc-en-ciel, which you rolled arc-en-ciel beautifully.
Is that there is a rainbow?
Ouais.
Okay.
Ouais. Arc-en-ciel, rainbow. It's an arch in the ciel. Ciel is the sky. Bien, bien, bien. Alors, I'll give you a few minutes, Wendy and Vicky, to think of what activities you do for different things. You don't need to use all 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vicky, if you need to borrow one, your list was a little bit shorter. You can borrow one from the other list, the other half. But this is one example. Quand il fait beau, quand meaning when. You can use it as a question. Here it's just a timestamp. When it is sunny, beautiful weather, I take my bike. Je prends mon vélo. So you don't need to do much more complicated than that. It's to give you different ideas because of the scenarios are quite varied.
Yeah, like that's too complicated. I was like, for a 5, it's like hold on to something stable. Can you say je
Oui.
m'accroche à la stabilité? I don't know.
Oh, not bad.
I don't know.
Something
It's the only one I
stable.
can't think.
Wendy, tu peux répéter?
To répéter. What's répéter?
Répéter.
Oh,
Répéter.
répéter. Oh, assez m'accroche à stabiliser or something stable to hold something stable.
Uh-huh. So put it in a
Merci.
full sentence
I said
and
it
then
better.
I'll type something. What's the word for something?
Oh,
Quelqu'un or
Quelque, and there's a little
stabiliser.
thing.
quelque
The word for thing.
chose.
Quelque chose is something.
Quelque chose.
So s'accrocher à quelque chose de stable is something stable. Ouais. Quelque chose de stable.
Quelque chose.
So when you put it in a full sentence with the quand part,
So it'd be would you just say in or Ilya? Ilya
probably
un
start with the
tornado.
quand when
Okay.
this bit and then the bit you added.
So quand un tornado or tornade.
When there is, keep the there is. When there is a,
So you would say quand il y a
ouais.
une tornade,
Mhm.
je prends or j'ai, je sais quelque chose, something stable. Quelque chose stabilisé. But I don't, there's something in there.
Something stable, quelque chose de stable. I've typed it in the meeting chat.
Okay.
Quelque chose de stable.
Stable. Okay.
Ouais. You've picked a verb with preposition and reflexive pronoun, so it makes it a bit trickier. Je m'accroche à will be how you conjugate it. Quand il y a une tornade, when there is a tornado, je m'accroche à quelque chose de stable.
Quelque chose de stable.
Bien.
Then,
Bien, bien. Vicky, can you give us one of yours? I will jot them as we go.
Oui. Et j'ai une question.
Mhm.
Comment on dit pour numéro 5? Basement
Aha.
or
Le-
downstairs?
Oui, le sous-sol.
Sous-sol.
Kind of. It's literally under
Because sol is the,
ground.
yeah, okay.
Wait. Le sous-sol is the basement or the underground of any kind. Why?
In Nebraska, nous allons au sous-sol.
Nice. Why? Au sous-sol with the A and the le smudged together. Très bien.
Quand il neige,
Mhm.
ma sœur et moi
Mhm.
jouons ensemble
Mhm.
dehors.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's outside, but
Dehors is outside. Wait, you play outside. Jouer dehors. Can you make ma sœur et moi match your verb?
oh, because I was saying they. Oui. Et ma sœur et moi something on jouons.
Nous jouons. Très bien. Nous jouons. ONS because it's ma sœur et moi. You've included yourself in it. Nous jouons.
That was my mistake.
Should have just sent her outside by herself.
Because
Oh.
I was thinking they.
Oui, they and
Like,
joue was
this
the perfect
girl,
pronunciation.
Vicky, et ma sœur.
Oui, if you said les enfants jouent, you would have that beautiful ENT that you don't pronounce. You said
Yeah,
it
that's
perfect.
what I wrote in on my paper.
Les enfants jouent
Was the
ensemble.
beautiful ENT that I didn't pronounce.
Eh bien, the new we do have to hear it and the joue, but otherwise
Yeah.
the whole first three and the last one joue, 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 it's just very short.
Yeah, I did the wrong conjugation.
That's okay. Good. It's good to hear the
Et
different ones.
nous faisons en homme de neige.
Bien. Un homme de neige tends to be like a spooky snowman creature. Un bonhomme
Oh.
de neige takes it down to kids
Bonhomme.
playing, and it's the shape of a man. Ouais. Un bonhomme de neige. Ouais. We
Yeah,
also have the same
merci.
thing happened between a bear and a teddy bear. Un ours, the actual bear, but un nounours is the teddy bear. It's just you add a little bit and it becomes the toy teddy bear. So this is
Très intéressant.
bonhomme, ouais, man shape. Man shape of neige. Très bien. Wendy, le prochain.
Okay. Quand il pleut,
Mhm.
can you say j'ai apporté un parapluie? Parapluie?
Aha. Un parapluie. Très bien.
Parapluie.
I would love to zoom in on the ending of that verb. How did you conjugate I bring?
To bring apporter. I can't say it.
And
Apporter.
after je, what will you need to do with it?
Oh, je mets up. Is it je mets?
Not reflexive, more the ending of it, how you're going to conjugate it from apporter, er verb, regular,
J'ai apporté.
j'apporte.
I can't say it. J'apporte.
J'apporte. The only conjugation of
perfect way.
apporte that is apporter is vous, because it has that EZ. Vous apportez.
That's
We'll have that
you.
E. Or if it's unconjugated, like I think I did a video on some of the irregular verbs, like I must bring, je dois apporter. And then you could leave the second verb, I must bring, I have to, I must, I have to, interchangeable in French, have to bring, and then your ER can also be apporter. So you have apporter for vous with the EZ, you have apporter with ER, and because no one knows about passé composé yet, but in passé composé, we'll also have it when it has the E accent aigu, apporter. Otherwise, in présent, apporte, apporte, apporte. Nous will bring apportons. Vous will bring apporter. And then the plural, they will again be apporte, but spelled with that beautiful ENT ending. Bien. Et un parapluie is a brolly, an umbrella. Vicky, à ton tour.
Qu'est-ce que on dit? Umbrella, you said a different word, a brolly?
A brolly, an umbrella is both un parapluie.
I don't know this word, brolly.
Brolly.
Yeah,
Oh,
is that Australian? I love it.
oh, I don't know where I picked it up. It could have been in Ireland, in England,
I
or
like
in
it.
Australia.
I like it.
At any rate, we've learned something new. It's very cool.
If you see me do that in English, it's usually I'm using all the synonyms for the same object because I'm not sure where I picked it up. Brolly. No, it's probably Australian. They like to shorten things. It's not just another word, it's always shorter too. So, oh, I wish our Australian students were here to confirm. Please tell us in the chat. Brolly. Parapluie. I will type it in here. Oh, pardon, parapluie, UIE, little sneaky typo, which I will make disappear. Bien. Vicky, à ton tour.
Quand c'est la canicule, je porte un chapeau très grand.
Bien.
Et je bois beaucoup de... je bois l'eau? No,
Yeah.
l'eau?
So many letters, apostrophes, spaces, EAU.
Yeah.
L'eau.
L'eau.
Ouais. Je bois de l'eau. Je bois. Did you say
de l'eau? Okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, do I put it? Do I not put it?
Great. So great one. This is one that you don't think of. This is one of these things I'm like, email me about it, but it's such a split decision. And then sometimes you just find the answer and you move on. But I promise you, this is something that comes up a lot. So you're not the only. I drink a lot of water and I drink some water and I drink the water and I drink a bottle of water. Why are they all slightly different? So allow me.
I wonder if it's because of with bottle, because of the word bottle, maybe.
They are slightly different. I'll do a little whiteboard for this. Any quantity can be chat.
I also wonder this with chocolate and meat. It comes up a lot too.
Wait. So when you talk about those quantities, you can do, alors, je vais écrire en 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to write text. Pourquoi? Okay, c'est parti. I was stuck on draw and not on text, and I cannot draw with this cursor. So, je bois some, not dome, some water. Is the same as I drink water. Whether you say I drink water or I drink some water, we will always acknowledge that partitive in French. We will always have the some in there. So because it starts with a vowel, we automatically, and it's singular, we automatically do de l'eau. That's going to work for some or an omission of article. If there's nothing between drink and water, you will still need de le if it's something that is, je bois du café. This one would be for masculine. Je bois de la bière. Something feminine. Et je bois des litres d'eau. I drink liters of bottles, plural. Des litres d'eau, liters of bottles. Especially pendant la canicule. Quand c'est la canicule. D'accord, je bois des litres d'eau. Stay very hydrated. So use your partitives, du, de la, de, l'apostrophe for masculine, féminin, or starting with a vowel or H, and always de if it's plural, whether there's a little word before your noun, water, or whether you can insert some. Can you make the word some work? And then that's going to be the partitive, one of those four. Does that make sense?
Is water masculine or feminine?
It doesn't matter in this case. We will say une eau if it's a clear water. Most of the time you just talk about water in general. So it'll be de l'eau.
And it's always l'eau.
L'eau. Wait, because whether it's masculine or feminine, it starts with a vowel or H, you have to use de l'apostrophe. But as you're doing your vocab list,
it would never combine to du. So it
no,
okay.
Never du before o, never de la before o.
Okay.
Always de l'apostrophe. But if you wanted to say a water, like a clear water, it would be une. Right. So the other words we see before o are the apostrophe. And we actually have one here. So you'll see it in des litres d'eau, liters of water. You will see it in une bouteille of water. A glass of water. When you have the container followed by the thing, you will usually need the of in the middle. And that is either de if you don't have a vowel, like une bouteille de vin. It's just for O because it starts with a vowel, the DE transforms into D. But if it's wine, un verre de vin. So for these ones, it's of. That's why you see different words in front of O. Sometimes it's of and sometimes it's some. Wendy, does that ring a bell, confuse, clarify, create more questions? Let me know.
It's kind of getting through the fog. It's like of the beer, like I drink. It's almost like, I don't know. it's like I drink. Is it like I drink some beer? I drink a liter of water. I drink some cafe or coffee. I drink
Oui.
some water. Okay.
All of the ones in the top are some. Some, and all of these ones are of. Of can only be de or the apostrophe, de ou the apostrophe, and some just takes different looks depending on if it's masculine, féminin. This one is because of a vowel. This one is for anything masculine, singular. This one is for anything plural. This one is for anything feminine.
So would this work to say je mange du chocolat?
Yes. Because in English, you're saying nothing.
Yeah, chocolate.
But if you were to force something, you would be using some. I eat some chocolate. So you need the participes for that. And because chocolat is masculine, it's like cafe.
And if I wanted to say, like en, I don't know, like a piece or a little or a bar of chocolate,
Wait.
then it'd be the of option.
Yeah, because it's a bar of chocolate or a bite of or a slice of or wait.
Got it. Oh, okay, I got it.
Wait, so I'd love you both, if you get this point, is to come and practice just like we did with qu'est-ce que and quel last week, which was a bit of an aha moment. The best way now is to contrast both. So exactly what you did, Vicky, and you did it so naturally. Okay, let me find two that are still talk about chocolate, but one with a some and one with an of. And by putting the two versions next to each other, you will get, and I'll type your example here. You can say, I'm eating, je mange du gâteau, pardon, du chocolat.
Well, or gâteau.
Du gâteau is also masculin. And je voudrais une tranche de sorry, I'm thinking gâteau now.
Oh, were you thinking slice of cake?
Ouais.
Is that tranche?
Une tranche de gâteau. Gâteau. And we can do the same with chocolat. Je mange du chocolat. And je voudrais un morceau de chocolat. A piece of, un morceau.
Yeah, like a morsel.
A morsel, wait. It sounds de chocolat. De chocolat this time. Wendy, what's a piece of a food group that you'd like to eat? And then we'll break it into a quantity, more specific quantity.
Let's see. Is it je mange de la tarte? Or is that right? And for my next one, it was it's cold or it's something. Could you actually say je bois du chocolat chaud?
Du chocolat chaud, oui. Ouais,
That
je
would be
bois
like
du
I
chocolat
drink.
chaud, hot chocolate, très bien. Une tranche de gâteau, une tranche de tarte could also work. Bien. Any questions on these? These are great ones. Please include them as you practice your French. Even if you're thinking passé composé, think, oh, let me add some quantity in there. Not just, I ate this or I ordered that. When you move on to past tense, I'd love to see these quantities come up again, because that's how your brain will accept that tiny little nuance. D'accord?
D'accord.
Would you say je mange un morceau of like what's candy?
Candy, lollies.
Like a
Now that's
bonbon.
very reasonable.
Bonbon, yeah.
Wait, Bonbon, tout à fait. But we just say un bonbon, a lolly. We don't really say a piece of.
In
It's not like
singular, why?
broken, but they're all
true.
individual. We don't really have a thing that gets broken like, I don't know, toffee or something. So it's just
Yeah,
un,
I was thinking
deux,
trophy.
trois. You can have 30 bonbons. You can have as many as you want. We're not limiting. We're just saying there's one at a time. And again, sweet, lolly, candy, pick your regional flavor. I mean all of those. Yeah. Wait, remember I learned my English with an Irish mom that lived in England and Ireland and now in Australia for 17 years. So I don't know where any of the words I picked up, and I watch lots of American TV. So I don't know where they came from. Très bien. Mesdames, superbe. Bit of revision of weather, quand il fait, and different weather. But then you did some spontaneous speaking. Now I would love to practice these little phrases. And for now, just ignore the main text. Pardon, je vais ouvrir la deuxième activité ici. Forget the main text. What I'd love to focus on for now is figuring out when you ask someone, when you say something and you ask someone, et toi, and you, what might they say back? There's 4 options here. We have moi non, moi si, moi non plus, and moi aussi. And I feel we often just vary between moi non and moi aussi. So if someone says something positive, see the green happy face, and you're going, nah, not me. Moi non feels really comfortable. As opposed to someone says something in affirmative, happy face, not negation, and you agree with them. And what's moi aussi, Vicky?
Me too.
Me too. So over here, someone says something negative, like, I don't have a pony. Let's try pick something that most people would agree with. And the other person doesn't have a pony either. So they're agreeing, but they're agreeing to something that's in a negative form. So first face has that sad negative thing. That just means a negative form. It could be I don't have COVID, which the situation is happy, but this is grammatical emojis. So it's sad because it's negation. The other person is in agreement and they also have not got a pony. So they will say moi non plus. And what's moi non plus, Wendy?
Moi non plus is an also I don't, or
Yeah, so me neither.
me neither.
So we have not me, me too, same, both affirmative. Then we have me neither, or the version you gave, Wendy, which is completely understandable. I forget how you worded it. Me, I'm going to say me neither because I can't remember now.
Yeah.
And then, which brings us back to this one up here, moi si, which someone has said something in the negative, like I don't have a pony. And the other person goes, well, I do. And they're saying moi si. Vicky, what does moi si, what could moi si be translated as in English?
Well, I know it wouldn't be like me, yes, but but
That's kind of how it is.
yeah, like
Kind
I
of.
do. Well, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, but I do. Say, but it could be a negative situation. Again, they've just said,
Oh, like
I
the
have
COVID.
COVID, and you go,
Yeah, like I do.
but on the other hand, I do. Yeah. Or except I do, or on the other hand, it has to be the opposite to that person's situation. D'accord? I don't have a headache. Oh, on the other hand, I do. Moi si. And I know the si will trigger the word yes in Spanish and in many languages. But with the moi in front of it, it's Me, yes. On the other hand, me, yes. We're kind of adding a bit of a break, a bit of a separation from that person. And we're saying that on the other hand, for you, the answer is yes.
And it's only for negative or it's for
It
either?
can only be an answer to a negative statement.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. So I don't have a hangover because I said it's happy thing, but I said I don't have with the word don't. So you can go, oh, well, I do.
Moi aussi.
Yeah. I see.
D'accord.
Me, on the other hand, I can't say, but if you don't have one either, you would say, me neither. I don't
Moi
have a
non
hangover.
plus.
I don't have a hangover. Moi non plus. But this person says, I don't have a hangover, and go, I have a hangover. So you're saying the affirmative of that sentence. So it will be moi si. Let's have a little play. Répondez pour vous. Answer for yourself what is true. Let's do this one. Agathe lit un livre par mois. Et toi, Wendy?
Ooh.
Agathe lit un livre par mois.
So to be, if you read more, would you say moi non?
So you can give some information after, but at the moment only me too, me neither, I do, or not me.
Not me. Moi non.
Moi non. And now you can extend. What would you actually say about this topic? Agathe lit un livre par mois. She reads one book per month.
And you, but you're saying and you, and I say
Moi non.
moi non. So then I would say je lis. I don't know. 4 livres par mois.
Exactement. Exactement. It could be less, it could be more, but they said it in affirmative. You're the other side, so you have to use a negative in yours. So the natural is moi non. And then, yeah, your detail. Superbe. Vicky, la même question, because this one is an easy one to understand. Some of these bring extra vocabulary. So, Agathe lit un livre par mois. Et toi?
Moi aussi, un livre par mois. Mais pour Wendy, moi non.
Oui,
4 livres par mois.
Wendy lit 4 livres par mois. Moi non.
Wendy lit beaucoup.
Je ne lis pas beaucoup. Don't forget the pas. Je ne lis pas beaucoup. Bien,
Oui.
bien. Let's pick another one.
Et Tevi,
Oui.
Vous lisez comme Wendy ou Agathe? Comment on dit Agathe?
Agathe. Je lis un livre physique, peut-être par mois, mais j'écoute 3 livres audio par mois environ.
Combien de livres?
3.
Quoi? Quoi?
3. Avec un T. 3.
Ah, pardon.
1, 2.
Merci.
Ouais, 3
Très
ou 4.
bien.
Oui, presque un par semaine. Ouais.
Et comme Wendy, 4.
Oui, voilà. 3 audio et 1 physique. Très bien. Nous avons une autre phrase. Églantine ne se lève jamais avant 7 heures. I hope you recognize this verb from our reflexive revision. Églantine ne se lève jamais avant 7 heures. Vicky, et toi?
Moi non plus.
Très bien. So you never get up before 7.
Je ne me lève jamais, if I can help it,
Ouais.
avant 7 heures.
If I can help it, maybe if I have the
Seulement
strength.
pour aller l'aéroport,
Uh-huh.
par exemple.
Ouais. Très bien. Très bien. Et Wendy, Églantine ne se lève jamais avant 7 heures. Vicky ne se lève jamais avant 7 heures. Et toi?
If you agree with it, like it's saying that you don't get up before 7, or you.
That's
I
it.
want to say I do get up. So would it be?
So you're
moi aussi?
contradicting. So these
Okay.
two at the bottom are agreeing. They say something in the affirmative, you say the same. They say something in the negative, you say the same. That's why Vicky had to do this one. You're saying the opposite. So we need to decide, is it moi si ou moi non? And it depends on our starting block. Is this a negative sentence or a positive sentence?
Negative.
Or affirmative, I should say, pardon.
Affirmative or negative, right?
Wait. This one has ne jamais. What does that tell us?
Never before
Yeah,
7.
never. So it's a negation, isn't it? It's like a ne pas, ne plus, ne rien, ne personne. It's one of those negative structures. So this is your starting point, and you're the opposite. You're the affirmative
Moi
of
si.
that. So you say moi si. Ouais.
Si sûr.
Moi si. Well, Wendy's sleeping times, I don't know when it happens. She
It's
stays up
crazy.
for French. She's up earlier than everyone. I don't know when you sleep, Wendy.
And then it's like she's out like a light for a day and a half.
Oh, then
Uh-huh.
you batch your sleeping. Why follow this routine of sleep? Just stay awake till you can't and then sleep for a day and a half. J'adore.
Not always, just for French.
Just for French. Beautiful. We are honored. We are honored you join us.
Oui.
Très bien. Does that make
Might
sense,
not be
ladies? And is this
coherent.
new? Moi aussi seems like the one that most people know, but I like to introduce the others too. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Way a bit different, a different way to say. It kind of gives the other person your viewpoint, your stance straight away, and then of course develop as you would. Like sauf si je vais à l'aéroport, unless blah blah blah. You can say parfois, sometimes you can add nuance after, but of course this gives them that
Immediate. Yeah.
immediate way. So which ones are the hardest for you? Of
Which what?
these four? Of
Of
these
the responses?
way of the responses. We might do an extra activity on those.
What I just did. Like that,
Oui.
like when you're saying I never get up before 7, but I do.
Yes.
It's like you're like, huh? Wait,
Uh-huh. Wait. So
That's
if you were to change this, it would be Vicky se lève avant 7 heures. That's why it's that switch over. Vicky, what's one that's tricky for you?
Moi aussi, moi aussi. I wanted to say like
Excellent. Well, let's practice those two. Moi aussi and moi.
No, sorry.
Oh.
I wanted to say
Me
like
too.
the same. Me too, Wendy.
Well, I need the second one, so
même
I'm going
chose
to choose moi aussi.
Wendy.
So this is a good little
So,
phrase to know.
negative.
The same. The same is pareil.
Oh, that's so
Pareil.
not what I expected.
Pareil. No,
Pareil.
because when you say the same day, the same house, the same, that's même. La même maison.
Yeah,
Même
that's what I
personne.
was.
But as
That's what I
a
went with.
throwaway comment, I keep hearing le même. And I'm like, we have
No.
a word for that one, but sneaking it in. Merci. Thanks for giving me that opportunity.
Pareil.
Pareil, just as a standalone.
Pareil.
Same.
Pareil. Moi aussi.
Superb. So Wendy, can you think of something? We're going to try and force Vicky, without knowing that much about her, force her to answer with a moi si. So you might have to think of something very unlikely so that you get the opposite reaction. But what's a statement you can make that is going to make her have a moi si? Vicky, try and think of one, too. So
Can we use these
no,
things as
you have to do something
as
about yourself.
but I mean, like, can we use them as like guidance?
Oui.
Like, for ideas.
Wait, if you're quick enough at reading through and understanding them, you can use one of those for inspiration. So you're both looking for a sentence and have a backup just in case, but think of something that's going to force the other person to say moi si.
Me too. Me as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
No, not the aussi, moi si. This one up here.
Oh. Okay. Now.
Ouais.
So it would
It's
have
like
to be
I
a
have
sentence
to
in
do it.
negative.
Correct.
Okay.
Oui.
Ooh.
I'm making you work on a few things all at once.
But it doesn't actually have to be true for us. It just has to be something that we think they would say moi si to, right?
Ouais.
Okay. So we can get creative.
I don't know.
Mm.
All right, like mon colleague Sylvia sait étudier tous les jours. Like,
Est-ce que
like
tu
he
peux
studies.
répéter, Wendy?
Can you say mon? Like, I'm just using that. Mon colleague Sylvia, is it étudier tous les jours? Like studies every day?
Studies every day. Étudie. But to get a moi si, you have to start with a negative.
Oh.
Because they need to be able to say me on the other hand, yes.
Okay, maybe Sylvia ne faut pas travailler plus de 5 heures par jour.
Plus de 5 heures par jour. Bien, that's a great example. Wendy, what we're trying to do, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm not confusing anyone. Next part of the activity, you're going to make one up completely. What is something that you can state that is going to force the other person to say moi si?
But it has to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have an example based on what Wendy said. It gave me an idea.
Vas-y.
Can I try it?
You go first.
It's all thanks to you, Wendy. Mon père n'étudie pas l'espagnol souvent.
Bien. Now, if you think Wendy's dad does.
Oh no, then okay.
He does.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because
I love your sentence. Grammatically, it makes sense. We're trying to force Wendy to have the opposite reaction. So
then if I say I instead, would that make her have it?
Yes.
If I say
go ahead.
je n'étudie pas l'espagnol souvent.
And you think Wendy does?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then moi si will work. Yeah. On the other hand, I do. I study it often. Why?
Well, wait, but wouldn't, yeah, moi si. Okay.
No, moi si. Moi si.
Wait.
Just si, not the aussi.
Exactly.
Wait. Exactement. So something that Wendy shared
or like Russe.
languages that she's learned. So you can say je n'étudie pas le russe. Because we had a chat about that she does. So
wait, or je ne lis pas le livre en russe.
Yeah, ou je ne lis jamais. I never read. And she's going to go, on the other hand, I do. Yeah. Because we just found out she reads 4 books a month. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a tricky game. This is trickier than I meant it to be, ladies.
Can you say
Wendy,
elle n'a pas étudié tous les jours? Would that be in the game?
it would be past tense, but it works. Elle n'a pas étudié tous les jours. She didn't study every day.
But then, of course, she studies every day, so she's gonna say we see, right? Or we.
Oui.
Mais moi,
Voici.
oh,
Moi
yeah,
aussi.
that would
I'm trying to
obligate
figure
me
it
to
out.
study every day. No, remove the every day.
Oui. So the thing
See,
is,
if you said that they
course you
never
do.
studied, if you said she never studies, then I could say, well, I do.
exactement, with the
And
attitude.
that's what the voici is. Okay, but I do. Okay, I think I get it now. Actually,
But if
D'accord.
you said every day, I wouldn't be like, no, I don't study
Even
every
I
day.
do. Yeah, even I don't. So something quite outrageous, like I don't like the French language, but I do. I've never been to France, but I have. Any of those where you would say I have been to France or I do like
Je n'ai
the French
pas
language.
français or something like that. I
Je
don't
n'aime
know.
pas le, yeah, in French class, je n'aime pas le français. Then you get a few, hopefully, moi si.
Okay, I think I'm
Très
beginning.
bien. And a few rebels that will go, moi non plus, moi non plus. They'll agree with that negative statement and say, me neither. I don't like French. Not today. It's too hard.
Oh, I have one.
Vas-y.
For you, pas pour vous,
Vas-y.
Je ne mange jamais le fromage that's really strong smelling.
You can just finish at le fromage and I'm going to say moi si.
I know, because I remember that.
That's a good one.
Très bien. Très bien. Super. So that's our lovely moi si, moi aussi. The sentences on the screen are definitely for upper beginner. So as you watch the replay, and if you want to take a few examples, scan the verbs that you recognize, make a note of those, but you don't need to know all of these verbs. There is verbs like to complain and other, they're more advanced verbs. You don't need them right now. We're focusing on présent with a nice strong base of regular, irregular verbs and reflexive. And your vocabulary will grow through the week. So you don't need to learn maybe to complain until we talk about restaurants and eating out in the 3rd month. But if you're curious, just pause that and I can also upload the image itself with the lesson replay avec la vidéo. D'accord? Très bien. That flew by again. Wendy, you have another example. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, the course de podcast starting in a week. I want to join that too. Would that
Le
be
cours
a
de
good?
podcast, I'm going to message you about that separately.
Okay.
Wait, I will message you about that separately la semaine prochaine. But I'll message you.
Okay.
Ça marche. Merci, mesdames.
Merci.
Bonne semaine. Au revoir.
Bye.
Merci.
Bonne soirée.